Near a quiet countryside village called Sunvale, there lay a vast and beautiful forest. The place was so peaceful that every morning the cheerful songs of birds awakened the entire surroundings. When the golden rays of the sun passed gently through the leaves and touched the forest floor, it felt as if the whole forest had been painted with light. At the heart of this forest stood an ancient banyan tree, its massive roots gripping the earth while its wide branches stretched endlessly toward the sky. On one of its safest branches lived a tiny sparrow named Tara. Tara was different from the other birds. While the rest of the birds flew freely into the sky every morning without a second thought, Tara would quietly sit at the edge of her nest and watch them. Deep inside, she longed to fly as well. She dreamed of reaching the clouds and feeling the endless freedom of the open air. But whenever she thought about flying, fear filled her heart and her wings began to tremble. Many times she gathered courage and tried to fly, yet every attempt ended the same way. After staying in the air for only a few moments, she would fall back to the ground. The fall itself did not hurt as much as the laughter of the other birds. Some mocked her, saying she was never meant to fly, while others joked that no one could touch the sky with such fear in their heart. Tara remained silent, but inside she felt broken. At night, when the forest became completely quiet and only the sound of the wind echoed through the trees, Tara would gaze at the shining stars above. She often wondered if her dreams were simply too big for her. Many times she thought about giving up because falling again and again felt exhausting. Yet somewhere deep within her heart, a small spark of hope continued to glow. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky turned soft shades of orange, an old owl landed on the same tree. He was known throughout the forest as the wisest creature. Seeing Tara sitting sadly, he asked why she never flew like the others. Tara softly explained that she tried but failed every time and had begun to lose faith in herself. The owl smiled gently and told her that falling is not a sign of weakness, but a part of learning, because no bird ever reaches the sky on its first flight. His words touched Tara deeply, as it was the first time someone understood her instead of laughing at her. The next morning, Tara decided to try again. She was still afraid, but this time she refused to stop. She spread her wings and leaped forward. She fell again, but instead of giving up, she stood back up and tried once more. Days passed and she practiced a little every day. Slowly her wings grew stronger and her fear began to fade. She started staying in the air longer than before and realized that flight comes not from strength alone, but from persistence. A few days later, a powerful storm swept through the forest. The trees shook violently and birds hurried into their nests for safety. Tara felt afraid too, but then she remembered that fear would never let her fly if she allowed it to control her. Gathering all her courage, she took flight right in the middle of the storm. The fierce wind pushed her in every direction, and many times she felt she would fall. Yet she refused to give up and kept her wings open against the rushing air. Slowly she realized something unexpected. The same wind that could knock her down was also lifting her higher. When the storm finally passed, Tara found herself soaring high above the forest. Everything below looked small and distant, and for the first time she truly felt that she had conquered her fear. The birds who once mocked her now watched silently as she flew with confidence. Tara no longer needed to prove anything to anyone. She had already proven it to herself. As time passed, she became the most confident bird in the forest, flying every day, exploring new places and living with joy. One day, she noticed a young sparrow sitting on a branch, trembling with fear and unable to fly. The little bird cried, believing she would never succeed. Tara gently approached her and said that feeling afraid is natural, but stopping because of fear is not. She patiently taught the young sparrow how to try, how to accept falling, and most importantly, how to believe in herself. Soon the young sparrow began to fly as well. Watching her succeed filled Tara with even greater happiness than her own first flight. In that moment, she understood that true success is not only flying high yourself, but helping someone else discover their wings. One peaceful evening, Tara returned to the same banyan branch where her journey had begun. A soft breeze moved through the leaves and the sky was calm and endless. She smiled, knowing now that flight does not come from the strength of wings alone, but from courage and belief.